Nexus mods is gay. What else is new? We've already seen over and over again how they have taken down mods that remove woke stuff, you know? Whether it be woke stuff or just change some things, you know? Just change some things for whoever it may be. Look at that Spider-Man mod that took out the pride flags and replaced them with American flags. I'm pretty sure that dude got banned. It wasn't even just taken down, but I'm pretty sure that dude also got banned. So people want to see more of this stuff, you know? In Gotham Knights, some people wanted mods in there that take away, you know, the pride flags and this and that and the other, and added some more things from actual canon lore like Gotham stuff instead. So I can go on a tangent on this, and I will, but first let me dive into the video. Now, before I get into the actual meat of the topic here, let me just give a quick shout out to my new channel, Bible Time with Melanie Mack. Whether you're a Christian or not, I would love to see you on this channel. Let me read the Bible to you. So I started this a little less than a week ago at the time of me recording this, and I would love to have you join me. It's a lot more calm. You're gonna just see a different atmosphere versus what you see here with me going boom. All right, I go boom here, you know. It's a lot more of a relaxing, calm Bible time. So I hope to see you there on my channel. So anyway, let me just dive into this video. This comes to us from Bounding Into Comics. I know a lot of us are tired of hearing about this Starfield stuff, but this goes so much further beyond just Starfield. This is the climate of the gaming industry, the entertainment industry, but how it's seeped into the gaming industry, and how a website to where their job is just to host mods is taking these kind of measures and forcing, you know, they want to force you to look at these pronouns. You know, pronouns aren't a big deal, I thought. Not a big deal. Well, then why is it a big deal to remove them from the game? The hypocrisy knows no bounds. All right, so it says Nexus Mods founder confirms site will delist any mods that remove pronoun modifier from Bethesda's Starfield. In an escalation of the ongoing controversy surrounding Bethesda's latest release, Nexus Mods founder Robin Scott Dark has confirmed that the popular PC game mod hosting site will work to delist any uploads that seek to remove the option for players to choose their pronouns from their own personal copies of Starfield. It's not, looks like it's a big deal after all, now isn't it? You're just forcing this on people. Okay, forced with the pronoun stuff. Man, this is already reminding me of a tweet I made. Let me pull that up real quick, because people love to fire back at all this and say, well, pronouns have always been in games. Pronouns have always been in games. And I know I've seen people floating around the image of like a screenshot from Pokemon. And it's like where you choose boy or girl. And some people made jokes with it. I thought it was hilarious. Like, I've had enough. And I thought that was actually funny. But it's still not the same. And here I made a tweet that illustrated that point. I said, quote, pronouns were always in video games. And then I said, wrong. You simply chose your character's gender between the only two that there are. You didn't choose a pronoun to LARP with based on your character's feelings, especially not any made up fairy tale ones. This was also discussed on Side Scrollers podcast last week when I was on, and Craig made the point. He's like, or was it Craig or Travis? One of them made the point, which I agree with. They're like, even, you know, they want to act like this is inclusive for trans people. Bro, wouldn't a trans person want to play as the gender they're LARPing as, you know? Wouldn't that be the case? Why would they want to play in Bro. It just doesn't make any sense. And that's where it really shows the agenda behind this stuff, because it doesn't make sense, because it's an agenda. They want to normalize this ideology on people, okay? And satanic ideology or transgender ideology is satanic. It just is. And I believe that there are people who are suffering with it, but they are being oppressed by demons. Every time I freaking say this, someone's like, oh, you say all trans people are possessed because retards don't know the difference between oppressed and possessed. I'm not saying every trans person is possessed. I'm saying oppressed by demons. Demons oppress everybody. They try to tempt everybody into sin. So this is a case of that. Don't even get me freaking started, dude. This explains, okay, I was wondering, after I made this tweet, I muted the replies for a minute, because I was just like, I looked at some of them, but then I muted the replies because I was like, I don't feel like this. I didn't even realize it got this kind of traction, because this is my first time checking back in a bit since I tweeted it. But that explains why I had a bunch of troons coming after me. These past couple days, the troons have come out of the woodwork, and I was like, where did all this come from? Now I know. It's because I tweeted that. Then I tweeted some other stuff yesterday that made some mad, but I digress. This is what I do. All right, so let's continue. Word regarding Nexus mods' stance towards such Starfield mods was first brought to widespread attention on September 5th, courtesy of Twitter user MetalMa, bunch of numbers, sharing a screenshot of from a now deleted post made to Starfield's Steam discussion page. Yeah, see, people were like, oh, this is fake, right? This is fake. Or we weren't sure. We thought the screenshot was possibly fake. It wasn't confirmed at the time. So the user Weemic God says they're announcing Nexus mods would not be supporting any mods that remove pronouns. MetalMa criticized the Starfield community's cognitive dissonance in their rhetoric regarding the pronoun modifier. Starfield community, the pronouns are just a minor feature. That's not important. The user wrote, Nexus mods, all anti-pronoun mods are banned. Exactly. The hypocrisy. However, upon further inspection, MetalMa discovered the next day that the situation was less clear-cut than originally portrayed, finding that in reality, Nexus does not appear to have made a statement of declaration. Yeah, see, this is what I remember seeing is, okay, wait a minute. It's not confirmed, right? Nexus does not appear to have made a statement of declaration, though I am seeing a lot of conversations on the matter on the Steam forums, right? So with social media left torn between the believability of the claim and the lack of any official word from the site itself, these conversations on the matter eventually caught the attention of Nexus mod member, the Warlock, in elite speak, who in turn took to the site's official forums to suggest that its administration offer clarification on this disinformation in order to avoid the eruption of another controversy. So following a brief discussion among some of the forum's patrons, the Warlocks thread was joined by Scott, who pointed to the site's official post regarding their previous Marvel's Spider-Man Pride Flag controversy and declared, our policy on this sort of content is laid out in this news post, specifically paragraph 3. Whether you continue to use our site based on this policy is entirely up to you, he concluded, locking the thread. However, pay particular attention to the second to last paragraph and last paragraph that the news post. The same applies here. All right, so you know what all this says to me, though, or what I think about all this is it's just like a website like Nexus Mods, that their job is to host mod content. To me, unless something is particularly egregious, okay, right? So say it's against the law or something of that nature, something along those lines, something that's suggesting something against the law, whatever it may be, right? So those kind of situations, I can understand them wanting to take that down, off the top of my head. Like, picture like one of those anime games where they have a character who looks like a child, but she is supposedly 1,000 years old. And if they were to make mods, removing articles of clothing from that, I could understand things like that, right? But that's particularly egregious, right? But, they're just going to remove pronouns from the game? That makes no sense. That is just, okay, they are putting too much of their own personal ideologies, this, that, and the other onto that. They're projecting that too much onto that. Now, I'm not super into the mod community. Now, when it comes to classic Tomb Raider, I will play a bunch of fan-made levels that were made through the classic, Tomb Raider Last Revelation back in 1999 during their level editor. So there is a level editor for that, and people have modded that level editor. People are constantly making even better levels and porting in their character designs, things like that, their own stories and all that. So I do play those. But other than that, I can't say I'm super versed on the modded community. Like Resident Evil, for example, I just play the base games on those. But I'm sure a lot of these mods that they do have are a lot of fun or really cool, or can help with the aesthetic and improve the aesthetic. I see it just within the Tomb Raider community, let alone with a lot of these other more mainstream titles. So I don't know what kind of competitor there is to Nexus mods, but to me, any other site that's hosting mod content, hey, this is their time to say, hey, wait a minute, we don't ban it, upload it here on our site. Just saying. But anyway, I'm just sick of this. I'm sick of all of this ideology. It's hurting people. Just make it stop. And definitely don't infest the gaming industry with it, because we keep seeing it everywhere. They're trying to insert all of this stuff into schools, and it's exhausting. Can you just... Yeah. Anyway, there you have it for this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. As I always say, don't forget to read your Bible today. And hey, maybe you want to listen to me read the Bible. Again, like I said earlier in the channel, you can do so on my new channel, Bible Time with Melanie Mack. I don't know when I'm going to get that custom URL. I need to look at that. But just search it. You'll find it, or the link, or... Well, yeah, I got you. At the end card, I got you. All right, so thank you again. I will catch you next time. And in the meantime, go boom.